This is Blackout The Rebel here at Bell to Bell Podcast. I am representing Raw for the 2025 Bell to Bell Draft. And fuck what he talking about.
Whatever.
It's Raw over here.
Whatever. This is
going to be the better
Mainstream.
brand.
This is DJ Mainstream, a.k.a. the Quarter Zip Poppy, representing Friday Night Smackdown. Because we're the better brand. We get it popping on Fridays. They're going to get twisted. And watch what I do with this. Six picks. Six monumental picks. Wait till I'm going to throw him off his game tonight. Watch.
You getting twisted with a bottle of fucking water. Alright, yeah, I see you.
Listen, because you know what? This is how you pregame. You gotta pace yourself because when the shots what I choose is gonna hit him hard. Trust me, harder than anything he drinking right now.
Shout out to Red Cafe. We chase liquor with more liquor.
I can't with you, yo. We gotta be locked in. Let's go with this, man. Let's go.
I was just thinking about this joke. It's enough to knock, knock. Ring the bell.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 3 of season 2 of the Bell to Bell podcast. This is the official 2025 Bell to Bell draft. I am one of your hosts, DJ Mainstream, the voice of the voiceless. And for tonight, I'm Quarter Zip Poppy, representing Friday Night Smackdown for the draft. And go ahead, sir, you can introduce yourself.
The jackal of all trades himself, Blackout The Rebel. And I'm suited and booted. Let's do it.
Who you representing, sir?
I will be representing the better brand, the bigger brand, the original brand. Raw.
Alright, Chatty. Alright, but we wanted to do something different because we feel like, since WWE wasn't doing it, and we like to give y'all something different content, not only for the sake of the podcast, but the fact that we actually love this shit, and we are probably one of the few, which sounds crazy, but breaking news, WWE NXT does exist, and it's a fire on Tuesday nights.
Yeah.
Trust me, free TV. That should be the biggest thing right there. That should tell you over the air type shit. But in the interest of fairness, what WWE used to do is the WWE Draft, draft between Raw and SmackDown, trading superstars. But we're doing the version where we actually draft NXT superstars to either Raw or SmackDown. And we said we're going to start off with, y'all know, our illustrious producer in the background, Swiss Visual, Swiss TV, is going to flip the coin. So I guess we can stand up for this one. Oh boy. All right.
I got to refill.
Oh, let's go ahead and refill.
Yes, sir.
Because
hey.
Who wants to call it? Well, you know what? I'll do this. I'll be the bigger brand here. Since you were the first original brand of WWE, I'll let Raw go first. So you choose heads or tails there.
Oh, tails.
See, the SmackDown's very, very liberal with their choices here. We understand what's going on in the severity of this draft.
Nigga, you's a bitch.
Man, whatever. Quarter Zip Poppy here on Friday nights. Nick Aldis say, you know what, you hold down the reins. I'm like, yeah, I got this. You know, you take a little vacation. Alright, we're going to flip. Hey!
Fair enough.
Ladies and gentlemen, I get the first pick. And where's my book set? I want to go very old school here. And my pen.
Yeah, that's why, yeah.
Hold on.
Good job, old school.
Whatever. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2025 Bell to Bell Draft. I want to let you know that SmackDown is very dedicated to building a better brand going into the future for every Friday night. Even so much so that we want to understand that the youth will carry what this brand goes into the future. Even to where my assistant GM wants to make sure you understand her presence is here as well. Because SmackDown is the better brand every Friday night.
Okay. You say so?
Ladies and gentlemen, our first pick in the 2025 Bell to Bell Draft, we choose Trick Williams.
Of course.
As our first pick.
Of fucking course.
We have him debuting during the U.S. Championship Open Challenge held by Ilya Dragunov, and my understanding where, you know, if you think about WWE's logic, they like to keep couples together, so honestly, this just made sense. I think if you hear in past podcasts I said, you know, I didn't want to choose him first, but we're getting to a point where Trick Williams is just sitting in NXT. There's not much else for him to do, and I really think having him being a surprise entrant for the Open Challenge does start a little bit of a trajectory to where he's at, because I actually have him winning the U.S. Championship from Ilya Dragunov. I have him embracing what we now call Hollywood Trick, where he takes the U.S. Championship to the CW studios, because he's still going to show up on CW and show up on NXT and let people know, yeah, I'm drafted to SmackDown. My first night, I won the championship. But he wants to increase that value of the U.S. Championship almost to levels of WWE, kind of being smug and bravado around Cody, like, yo, I'm carrying the title that's here every week type shit. Then it gets to the point where Ilya wants his rematch, and Trick ain't trying to have that. He's like, nah, I'm good. We did that already. But of course, I, as a general manager, give Ilya a chance against Tommaso Ciampa after their amazing Friday Night SmackDown recent match. Number 1 contendership match, Ilya versus Ciampa. And of course, Ilya brings out a banger, wins again, and goes on to Saturday Night's main event on January 24th to go against Trick Williams. And unfortunately, Ilya loses. And there on out, Trick feels like, you know what, there's nothing else for me to really do here. Now I'm going to go off and do another movie real quick. I'll be back. And I call him back because, nah. We got to defend that title. It has to be shown because you, being a representation of people of color, we want to see that title on a regular basis. So he decides to do a TWI, wink wink, PWI, the Trick Williams Invitational. Nice little tournament that we have on SmackDown to show this opportunity here on Friday Night SmackDown. And eventually, we get the winner of that, Trick Williams, for the U.S. Championship at Elimination Chamber, February 24th, against Carmelo Hayes.
Oh, okay.
Your turn,
All
sir.
right. Not bad.
Trick and Mello, Trick and Mello, Trick and Mello, Trick and Mello. About to carry my whole brand. About to carry my whole damn brand. About to be some great wrestling on Friday nights, boy.
All right. Not bad. Fighting from behind, but that's fine.
No, you got this. Bring my pen up so I can make sure I can keep track. So we double booking here.
Okay.
What else, just producer Yana? Can you pass me the pen over there?
Okay. So, I mean,
Yes, sir.
a lot of these are going to be pretty obvious, but allow us to cook and land, and you're going to see the actual vision that we have for these wrestlers. So, Raw's pick for the Bell to Bell 2025 draft. First draft pick we have, shouldn't be no surprise, the young OG, Javon Evans.
I like it.
The way that it works, Javon makes his big Raw roster debut in next year's Royal Rumble, where although he doesn't win, he is impressive by throwing out 14 wrestlers.
Woo!
One of the wrestlers happens to be Bronson Reed, which prompts them to attack him in his next match as payback. This leads to beef between Javon and the entire Vision. Bronson was set up to attack and throw LA Knight out of the ring with his back turned, but Javon steps in. Javon steps in with Bronson and Javon going over the top together, leaving Knight as the final wrestler left, winning the Royal Rumble. That's how that happened.
I like that.
Javon lets it be known to LA that he owes him one, which he intends to cash in on once LA becomes the champ. And yeah, that's what I have, because the next one is somebody else. So I have to make sure that, well, I don't know why this is so bunched up, but yeah, that's our first round draft pick, Javon Evans.
I like that.
That boy is bouncy.
I like that. All right. Okay. Trying to think if I should pivot here. I don't know.
Pivot.
I think I should pivot here. Don't worry, I'm gonna cover yours. I know your tablet's here.
Oh shit.
No, that's all good. It's already covered. I'm not looking. Want to be fair here. Be fair here, Bell to Bell Podcast.
That shit is so much gibberish anyway. Which episode?
Let's see. So for our second pick for Friday Night SmackDown,
Let's hear it.
SmackDown chooses our first female the first ever WWE Evolved Women's Champion, Callie Armstrong.
Cool.
Walk with me here. If anybody remembers Jade Cargill's run in AEW during her time as TBS champion, she did the same thing she did in what she's doing in WWE. Let's call out the baddie section. Let's get the girls to come out to watch wrestling, because how girls should like wrestling, right? But see, in AEW, that eventually turned into her own faction. If you remember correctly, it was Jade Cargill, Kiera Hogan, who's now doing Zeus reality shows. Shout out to her. Layla Gray was also a part of that group, and the aforementioned recently defeated of Mercedes Moné, Red Velvet. Jade Cargill does the same thing now in WWE. Now, she's doing her baddies thing now, but eventually she gets to Saturday Night's Main Event, where she's going to defend her WWE Women's Championship. Because her and Michin's been beefing for so damn long now, Michin finally got her chance to get her title shot.
Okay.
And unfortunately, Michin found a way to jump Jade Cargill behind, and as we lead to close to the end of this match, here comes the first baddie, Callie Armstrong debut, and takes out Michin.
Interesting.
Now we go back and forth for a while, where Jade and Callie face Michin and B-Fab all up and down America and wherever they want to go. But that Friday night, right before Elimination Chamber, we complete the three baddies of the baddie group. Jade Cargill, Callie Armstrong, B-Fab turns on Michin.
Oh shit. Okay. All right, we cooking today. Cool.
Listen, I gotta revitalize that women's tag team championship, man. I gotta do something there, and I need more. I need Charlotte and Alexa can't do it all. If you have me, Jade Cargill, looming off the side, watching B-Fab and Callie Armstrong trying to win tag team championship gold, man, please give me all that melanin on my TV, all of that.
I like it. Respect. Okay. So
I like we're smart about our decisions.
yes, very, very. Okay, so now we're doing women. So for Raw's Bell to Bell 2025 draft pick for the women's division, we have, shouldn't be a surprise if you know me, you know, Jada Parker.
Dude, I knew it.
Listen,
yes,
if you wasn't, I was. Fuck it.
Yes, sir. Put it on roll. Yeah, I'm here for that.
Hey, clock it. You see it.
I'm here for that.
Jada debuts against Ivy Nile, where she squashed and dominates Ivy. From there, she goes on a tear, ripping through women in the back until she earns her match against Maxine for the Intercontinental title.
I like that.
The match ends with Becky interrupting because Becky wants payback for losing the title to Maxine Dupree. This ruins Jada Parker's chance to win, which begins a three-way feud with all of them until it comes to a head at WrestleMania in a triple threat match between Maxine Dupree, Becky Lynch, and Jada Parker for the Women's Intercontinental Championship.
Oh, I like that.
Maxine retains but loses it to Jada when they finally have their one-on-one rematch at SummerSlam. Thank you. Yeah.
I like that.
I try. I have my moments.
That was a good one.
I gotta write that down. Jada Parker.
Okay, Miss Parker.
So glad I got an audible for the trick. Damn it, I knew you was gonna think
Yo, you was gonna put Trick on Raw. What were you? What was the thought process? I'm curious.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you all my thought processes for the ones I can't get.
Okay. Let's see. Do I call an audible for myself? Nah, I'm gonna keep going the same way I had. The third pick of the 2025 Bell to Bell Draft. Smackdown selects Tatum Paxley to join Smackdown
Fuck.
as she debuts in Chelsea Green's version of the U.S. Open Challenge, the SmackDown before Saturday main event. Walk with me.
Okay, I'm walking.
Ilya Dragunov is doing his constant of defending this U.S. championship and putting his body on the line. And of course, this is Chelsea Green. You can't take the spotlight from Chelsea Green, not especially when she's the longest reigning forever U.S. Women's Champion. Goes to the GM's office and says, you know what? I want to defend the title. I know there's no more room on the Saturday Night Main Event card because we're still doing 4 cards. So do we do 4 cards or we do 5? How many matches are we doing now with WWE? So I feel like we need more matches on some of these PLEs.
I mean, if AEW has 47 matches, why not?
You know what? We're not doing that. Anyway, I digress. The SmackDown before Saturday Night's Main Event, she does an open challenge. And sure enough, who shows up? But before we get there, the rule was it was somebody that she's never faced one-on-one. Even during the time that Chelsea Green briefly was in NXT and she did her small run, or even her time with Ethan Page, she's never faced Tatum Paxley one-on-one.
It's true.
It's a great match. They go back and forth. Of course, Chelsea cheats to win. But eventually it leads to a point where Tatum is shown as a definitive future contender. Until Chelsea crossed the line and Tatum was done with it. I'll save that for them.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Alright.
I got you, Taters. I got you.
Shout outs to Tatum. I was not gonna pick Tatum.
Wow.
She's too. I love Tatum to death, but she's too intrinsic into the NXT storyline for me to want to pluck her right now when she's just now cooking and doing so well.
I feel you, and I feel like they're gonna end up rushing her storyline.
Yeah.
Because that's why I'm calling her up. Because I feel like they're gonna rush her to the point when the new year comes in. Again, I'm talking about Saturday Night's Main Event, which is not until January 24th.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's time, but I get what you mean.
Yeah.
Y'all know.
I think it's a lot easier for me to just read it this way, because that shit is fucking word soup over there. Like, I don't know what happened. Like I sent the email and it just said, nah, fuck it.
Word soup is hilarious.
So where do I want to go? Oh, can't use him. Can't use him either. Yeah, I'll keep that in the back pocket.
Right now, I'm not doing too bad. I'm scared about one of my picks. I think you're going to end up picking.
Well, you picked. There's one pick I can't pick, and then there's another pick that you picked. So I don't see you picking him. So let me not waste a good pick. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry, because this is chess right here. If you know, you know.
It is really chess match though.
Okay, so if we're still doing women, Raw's second 2020-25 Bell draft pick is going to be Lola Vice.
I knew that was coming.
You have to. You already know. So Lola is congratulated on her draft to Raw by Lyra Valkyria, but quickly warns Lola to be careful when dealing with Bayley. Lola reassures Lyra that she knows how to handle her and any woman that is in the locker room as she prepares for her debut match with Bayley. In a hard-fought match, Lola does come out victorious. This pushes Bayley to begin beating her after the match has already ended. Lyra comes out to break up the fight. This is where Bayley gets in Lyra's face for intervening. The next week, Bayley calls out Lyra and tells her to make a choice. It's either going to be her or Lola Vice.
Okay. I like that.
Lyra is given until the end of the night to think about her decision. Lyra decides to pick neither and continue to work alone. Bayley respects her decision until Lyra turns around and Bayley attacks her.
Wow.
Lola comes out to Lyra's aid. The cheap attack happens from Bayley on Lyra until she is injured and unable to compete in the Women's Money in the Bank.
Whoa, you long-term storytelling. I like
Listen,
it.
I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. You better ask about me.
I like it.
As a substitute, Lola's music hits and she comes out to defeat the other women, one of whom is, of course, Bayley.
All right.
At the last moment, Lola has to decide whether or not to get revenge on Bailey with a chair shot. That's a callback.
I like that. Oh shit, I put two and two together. That is a nice callback.
Or climb the ladder for the victory. After a moment of hesitation, she makes the decision to go for the win. An injured Lyra comes out to help Lola celebrate her victory.
That's dope.
I got my moments.
That's dope. I like that. I like that.
I'll try.
I had a feeling you're gonna choose Lola.
Oh, you have to. Nigga, come on. I am a nigga.
I had a feeling you'd choose Lola. If you paid attention to anything that I've done on a lot of the Twitch streams and streams that we've done live, you probably have an idea who else I'm going to pick next.
Okay.
Pick number 4 for Smackdown for the 2025 Bell to Bell Draft. Shawn Legacy.
Ooh, okay.
Debuted during a storyline against The Miz. Hear me out.
Okay.
So, of course, if you've watched Saturday night's main event, John Cena's last match, you've seen that Miz obviously got embarrassed by R-Truth and Joe Hendry. We fully expect Miz to do his Crash Out Miz. Miz did Crash Out Miz maybe about 10 years ago, and all of a sudden started doing superstar moves that, you know, we knew was in his bag, but really shouldn't be. But it gets to a point where Miz gets upset so much that he tips toes around the line of not being bloodline of the reason why he's not respected, or the fact that he's not part of the beloved Wyatts, and that's why he can't get over like he used to. But as more as he start to follow up, because he's having this backstage promo with Kathy Kelly, and you don't want to get all riled up around Kathy Kelly. All of a sudden, he looks off of the camera and like, is that Shawn Legacy? Cameron follows him all the way, and he starts speaking. I'm like, why are you here? Well, I just came out of Nick Aldis' office, and there's a chance I may be signing to SmackDown. This, of course, leads to a one-on-one match against Miz, Shawn Legacy, which Shawn Legacy obviously wins. Miz goes about to Crash Out, because now this is twice in 30 days the Miz gets beat by an NXT superstar, which leads to a Royal Rumble qualifying match where triple threat style, one NXT, one SmackDown, one Raw superstar is in it. And of course, that chosen superstar for me in that match will be Shawn Legacy.
Okay.
Which is going to lead to something, by the way. But
all right.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. All right. Cool.
All right. My picks are turning out lovely.
Yeah, because you know I ain't picking them niggas. No disrespect.
My
But
picks are turning out lovely.
okay, so I feel like I got a lot more wiggle room. I could. All right, let's turn up.
Things.
I might be able to do some things.
My next two is going to surprise the hell out of everybody. Yeah, my next two is going to surprise the hell out of everybody.
Do I really want to pick that person? Because wait, how many men do I have? Just
one.
one.
So right now you have
Because we went
one. Your first pick was Javon Evans.
Right. Okay. So.
Need more niggas. All right. If we're doing men. Hey yo.
Pause. My bad. What the fuck? Throw the whole episode away. But if we're gonna be covering men for the draft, I should say.
Yes.
And you want to do an unexpected pick that Blackout the Rebel would never in a million years you would think would pick.
Yeah.
So, I don't think this shit gonna work. We're gonna figure this shit out. Alright, that ain't gonna work either. Alright. Raw's second male draft pick for the 2025 Bell to Bell draft is Josh Briggs.
Fucking A. Wow.
Let's cook.
Wow.
This is actually
holy shit.
This is the one I was actually writing this whole time when I was doing the stream. So if you guys were tuning into the stream and I got real quiet and I locked in, this is what I was writing this whole time. So let me cook. Josh is tired of the NXT talent and is after bigger game.
Yada.
Josh interrupts a Gunther promo to let it be known that he is Josh's next target, to which Gunther lets him know that he's a nobody and needs to work his way up to Gunther in order to be taken seriously. So Josh does just that. He thrashes through every wrestler that's put in front of him week after week. Finally, Josh is ready to face Gunther. The reason we know this is when Josh calls out Gunther in his promo, letting it be known that Josh has beaten every wrestler, but especially the ones that have beat Gunther or made him tap out already.
Ooh, okay.
This triggers Gunther to booking a match where the two face off against each other one-on-one. Gunther gets disqualified for keeping his chokehold on Josh even though his hand was on the rope. So a rematch is scheduled to where Josh loses due to an attack earlier in the night where Gunther reminds Josh that a real wrestler has to be prepared for anything, anywhere, and anytime. Adam Pearce is not pleased with this underhanded tactic that Gunther used to secure his win, so he books the third and final match at Crown Jewel, where through a brutal and bloody battle, Josh loses.
Wow.
However, the fight that Josh puts up earns Gunther's respect, so much so that he raises his hand when it's all said and done. Gunther rolls out of the ring for the crowd to truly embrace and welcome Josh Briggs to the main roster.
That was a good one.
I tried, man.
That was good.
Gotta keep them on their toes.
That was good. Yeah, you got me on that one. Yep, you got me on that one.
That was one of your picks?
Yep.
Fuck you. Yeah.
Yep. That was one of my picks.
I feel like you're gonna take one of my picks, so it's alright. Well, you kind of did already.
You got me on that one. It's alright. This one I kind of recover with. This finish out my choices of women that I'm choosing on the roster. My third female pick, fifth pick overall of the 2025 belt-to-belt draft is Wendy Chu.
Oh shit! Let's go.
Her debut as Tatum Paxley's partner.
Fuck.
She arrives on SmackDown after Chelsea Alba and a returning Piper Niven jumped Paxley at the SmackDown Before Elimination Chamber for a Tatum Paxley's title match for the U.S. Championship. Of course, Tatum had to be prepared for this because leading up to this promo was always, you have no friends, you have no friends. And we all know that Lyra Valkyria is not going to jump over from Raw to SmackDown just to please Tatum Paxley. Blackout has a show to run. Don't worry. The illustrious general manager will make sure that she has plenty of friends here on SmackDown as we call up Wendy Chu and help against combating everything the cabinet is doing. But we don't even stop there. We fast forward to a very big tag team match, a definitive one between Tatum Paxley and Wendy Chu versus Alba Fire and Piper Niven, where eventually Chelsea Green gets involved and they're all getting jumped, and all of a sudden the lights go black and nobody knows what's going on. And sure enough, who shows up is Aleister Black and Zelina Vega.
Oh fuck.
Of course, Chelsea's confused as hell, like, why does it have anything to do with it? But before the lights went out, Wendy Chu and Tatum Paxley were down. When the lights came back on, they were standing like nothing happened. Because here going forward, Zelina Vega, Wendy Chu, and Tatum Paxley create the Coven. Serving underneath Aleister Black and eventually not only getting Zelina Vega her U.S. Championship back at WrestleMania, but at the SmackDown after WrestleMania, because at this time, Alba Fire and Piper Niven got the tag team titles, will now be losing it to Tatum Paxley and Wendy Chu, giving them their first main roster titles.
Well played. Well fucking played. Okay. Not bad. Shouts to Wendy.
She deserves it.
She does.
She's been there too long now.
She definitely does.
She belonged there too long now. That's why I said I made sure Evolve superstars were getting chosen, because I knew Wendy was going to be one of my choices.
That's fair. There are some Evolved stars that have been there for some time. You got Wendy Chu, you got Dante Chen, you got Idris Enofe.
Yep.
You got a few people. So
Shout out to Idris trading with Swerve Strickland the other day. I saw that shit.
oh, okay. I like how that sounds.
I love to see that iron sharpen iron, man. I love to see that.
Okay, so So you're out. You got all your 3 women.
I got all with. Yeah, I have no more. Last one of choice is a guy now.
Okay, got you.
Which I'm gonna have to fucking pivot.
Oh, I gotta do this.
Shit, I'm gonna have to pivot.
If you know me, you know you have an idea of who might get picked. So for my final female pick for the 2025 Bell to Bell Draft, I have KJ herself, Miss Kalani Jordan.
I like that.
Kalani debuts at Royal Rumble and does pretty well for herself. So much so that she catches the attention of Natalya, who tries to give her advice, which doesn't go over too well. So the disrespect leads to her and Natalya having a best of 7 series of their own.
I love it.
Let's
go, Kalani.
The 7th and last match in the series at the 2026 Women's Evolution card, PLE. In the end, Kalani pushes Natalya to a limit, so much so that we see the return of Natty. Kalani wins the series and gets the respect and put over by Natalya.
Alright. So here's the bad part, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be honest with you. My last male pick, I'll be honest with you right now. He chose Josh Briggs. Josh Briggs was one of my choices. I want to make my other choice, but it kind of goes more in line with what I was doing already with Josh Briggs. So I'm winging it and freestyling it because I know who the pick is, but the storyline won't match up. So my last male pick is actually Lexis King.
Okay. Whew. Got lucky. Let's go.
Now, Lexis King is not written in this book because I actually came up with this storyline literally cleaning up the studio this afternoon, leading into what this is going to be as far as this bell-to-bell draft. The idea is simple with Lexis. You see the whole storyline of building up a Shawn legacy, being this person that got this win over The Miz? Well, eventually Miz gets to the point where I need my own second generation to combat all these other second generations and third generations running around. And he thinks, well shit, Randy Orton did it with Legacy back in the day. Why can't I do it with my own? And enter Lexis King. Lexis King helps The Miz gets his win back over Shawn Legacy. But we don't just stop there. We lead to Lexis King and The Miz leading to getting an eventual WWE World Tag Team Championship run. That eventually leads to a big SummerSlam match of Lexis King and The Miz. At the time where we're going to transition to, because I had plans of how Smackdown was going to go, of Cody Rhodes and a partner of his choosing. Leading up to this, Miz has already been screwing around with Lexis King and having things messed up, and eventually what ends up happening is Lexis King turns face and sides with the second generation because it's Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Lexis King reform their own legacy as they build Lexis at top of the card, while Randy and Cody become the new tag team champions.
Well, damn. Okay.
Freestyled.
I like it.
All freestyled, ladies and gentlemen.
All first verse. Listen,
Yes.
I encourage anyone to take their time when they're not at work, when they're not with their kids or their other obligations, to go do your due diligence. Search the World Wide Web. Try your best to find a better podcast when it comes to this wrestling shit.
No, that's a fact.
You're going to have a hard time. But I encourage you to still try.
That's a fact.
Anyway.
Because the dedication, man, we just put into doing this. But go ahead.
The ability to be able to freestyle. Not everybody can do this.
No.
But that's what happens when you know what the fuck you're talking about and you actually give a fuck. Triple H. So, as I proceed. Now, all of my female choices are done, right?
Mm-hmm.
Last pick is the male, right?
Yes.
Okay. Another Hail Mary that you probably wouldn't expect me to pick. So, for the third male 2025 Bell to Bell draft pick, Raw selects Andre Chase.
What?
Yeah,
Get the
nigga.
fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Andre Chase?
Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let me land. Hold on.
Wow. Did not expect that.
Chase gets drafted and leaves behind Cale Dixon and Uriah Connors. The two of them become the new leaders of Chase U, where they induct newcomers from Evolve to join Chase U. Now at Raw, Andre begins his journey by joining Alpha Academy. After months of success, for the most part thanks to Andre's leadership and guidance, Chad Gable comes back and is jealous of what Chase has accomplished, which reignited a rivalry between Chase's crew, Alpha University, and Chad Gable's team. After this rivalry comes to an end at the following PLE, Andre then sets his eyes on the Intercontinental Championship.
Oh.
There you have it, folks.
That I like that. Ladies and gentlemen, wow. That was a dope ass draft, brother. That was
Well played.
that was dope. Let's run down who we got.
Yeah, I definitely want to do that.
Let's-
Because I'm pissed that you...
So rundown. SmackDown chose pick 1 was Trick Williams, pick 2 was Callie Armstrong, pick 3 was Tatum Paxley, pick 4 was Shawn Legacy, pick 5 was Wendy Chu, and pick 6 was Lexis King. Yours was, I have here, pick 1 Javon Evans, pick 2 Jada Parker, 3 Lola Vice, pick 4 Josh Briggs, pick 5 Kalani Jordan, and pick 6. Damn, you just said it too. Pick 6 was who was his last pick?
Andre Chase.
Andre Chase. That's how obscure. I did not expect him to say Andre Chase. I want to share this with you.
Yeah, let's go for the ones that weren't picked. Shout out to everybody who weren't picked.
Yeah. That honestly, I had stuff cooked up.
Yeah.
I had my last pick was going to be Josh Briggs. I had him debuting against. So I had him in what was Lexis King's spot for the Miz.
Oh, okay.
So basically,
Got you.
that Raw versus SmackDown versus NXT spot for the Royal Rumble. Briggs becomes the NXT choice. He stops Legacy from winning by winning himself. Helps Miz get into the Royal Rumble. Even helps gets Miz down to the last 4 in the Royal Rumble. And eventually him and Miz versus the Wyatts, because he shows the fact he's not scared of the Wyatts like the Miz is. And they get the World Tag Team Championships at WrestleMania. That was my pick.
Okay. So, now, shout out to everybody who unfortunately wasn't able to be picked. I had Jordan Grace.
Oh.
Listen, man, let me cook.
Okay.
Grace sticks up for Jackie Redmond, who was getting disrespected by Raquel after suffering a loss.
Okay.
This leads to Raquel and Grace going at it. This begins their feud of going back and forth until it comes to a head at WrestleMania, where it's Raquel versus Grace in a last woman standing match.
Oh, that sounds like a banger.
In previous matches,
I like that.
Roxanne has come out to aid Raquel, so for the last women's match, Roxy is banned from ringside.
Okay.
This is where a deal is made between Raquel, Roxanne, and Nikki Bella, who comes out and helps Raquel to win. The rematch happens at WrestleMania, where all women from Raw are banned from ringside. Raquel and Roxanne are crafty by now, making a deal with NXT wrestler Izzy Dame, who comes out to help her. Learning from her mistakes in the past, Grace gets help from NXT wrestler Zarya, which helps her finally secure the win over Raquel.
Wow.
That does this. Yes.
Wow. The funny part is, my very Hail Mary pick was Zarya.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Zarya, she would have vignettes leading up to the Royal Rumble qualifying thing. Remember I was talking about Raw, SmackDown? She would be SmackDown's pick. She wins the qualifier. She actually goes to Royal Rumble and becomes one of the last 4 women in the Women's Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Eventually she gets eliminated by the winner. I didn't show who the winner was, but I did have her eventually challenging Jade for the Women's Championship at Elimination Chamber, but loses. She constantly stays floating around as far as being a champion. I actually had it thinking you were going to pick Soul, and then Soul and Zarya start trying to talk to each other about trying to do a co-branding thing to go for the Women's Tag Team Championships.
Now,
That way we can both benefit of both Zoruka being on both brands.
I have Soul, but it wasn't really a really compelling story compared to the other ones.
Okay.
So, if we're gonna keep the ball rolling in spirit of that, Sol Ruka. Sol enters the Women's Royal Rumble at #1 and shatters Roxy Perez's record of the longest time in a Royal Rumble and throws out more women.
I like that.
This propels her to square off against Stephanie Vercure. Stephanie retains at WrestleMania, but falls to Sol in their rematch at SummerSlam. Something like.
Now, see, where you messed me up getting Briggs. My pick, my necessary, if necessary, Hail Mary pick was going to be Brooks Jensen. The night before WrestleMania, or the SmackDown after WrestleMania. Miz starts seeing the loss of value of Briggs, because when my storyline, Briggs becomes Miz's new muscle. They take a major loss. Shit gets really bad to the point where even Miz is like talking down to Briggs, and everybody's like, "Yo, this is Josh Briggs. He's supposed to be kicking the Miz's ass." And of course, here Brooks Jensen comes in and kicks his ass, and like they start building that Brooks Jensen, Josh Briggs tag team. Like, I miss kind of that old school cowboy type of gimmick they had. I think they would have been great on SmackDown if I drafted them.
Interesting.
So
okay. Let's see. Let's talk about the pick that could have been. Thanks to fucking the last PLE, which was what? Was that Deadline?
Yes.
For NXT?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Obafemi became the fucking NXT champion.
I had a feeling
that kind
too.
of fucked things up for me.
I had a feeling too.
So now, if Ricky Saints still retained the NXT championship, I would have picked Obafemi. Storyline would have went a little something like this. Oba is a destructive force as he squashes his opponent Ivar. His size and skill gets the attention of Paul Heyman and wants to invite him to be a part of the vision. Oba declines, says he doesn't need handouts or cheap tricks to get to the top. Of course, this upsets the faction, which puts Oba and Braun against each other.
Whoa, Oba versus Braun is a banger.
Even with the cheating in matches, he's still victorious over Braun. Paul now seeks Bronson Reed on him as his next opponent.
Okay.
It was a harder battle, but ultimately he is able to win against Reed. This is where Paul calls in the big guns, and now he is set to face Brock Lesnar. In a furious fight that leaves Oba bloody, Brock defeats Oba with the help of Braun and Bronson. Due to shared experiences, Oba has come to the rescue in the past for CM Punk, who respects his drive, which also gives him the nod from Cody.
Okay.
Adam Pearce is tired of the destruction and damage the two of them cause on a weekly basis and feels the only way to keep their rage contained is in a cage.
In a cage match, yep. Hell in a Cell?
Just regular cage.
Right, cage, okay.
So at Money in the Bank, it's Obafemi versus Brock Lesnar in a steel cage match. Oba climbs to the top of the cage and lets out a furious roar as Brock lay in a pool of his own blood before climbing down the cage and winning.
Nice. That's dope. I like
Type
that.
shit.
I like that. I like that. You got any other picks?
Oh yeah, nigga, I came strapped,
Oh
nigga.
my goodness.
Trick Williams.
So yeah, let's talk about Trick.
Trick Willie.
Because he was my #1 pick.
Yeah,
How do you?
fuck you for that.
I mean, listen, Hollywood Trick. It's gonna be nice and good on SmackDown. But how did you pick him?
To get a load of this. All right, so Logan Paul opens the show talking shit as usual until Trick Williams' music hits. Trick comes out and is immediately annoyed at Logan and his shit talking. Their brawl spills out into a match already in progress with Eric from the Raw Raiders and Joaquin Wilde.
Nice. Okay.
This leads to Adam Pearce calling an audible and making it a fatal four-way at Money in the Bank. Whomever wins will be #1 contender for the heavyweight championship after WrestleMania.
Okay.
Logan delivers a punch with brass knuckles to Wilde and is about to pin him when Trick enters the ring to deliver the trick shot. He tries to pin Wilde, but he kicks out. He goes to pin Logan and gets the win. The match for the heavyweight championship at WrestleMania begins, and it's a stalemate as Trick and his opponent go back and forth. The tide shifts when Logan Paul's drone distracts Trick, and his opponent is able to capitalize off that and get the win.
Wow. That's crazy. Does he ever win the championship in your on your brand?
The world may never know.
You know what? I can't. I can't with you.
Uh,
You got one more?
come on now, this is me. Miles Bourne.
Oh, I like that choice.
After Rusev suffers a loss, he is inconsolable as he makes his way backstage and pushes Miles. When getting in Rusev's face about a brawl takes place. This brawl continues to happen every Raw until they are scheduled to have a no disqualification match at Elimination Chamber. Yeah, that's what I got.
All right.
And yeah, that's all my picks.
Listen, I think I don't know about y'all at home who's watching this, but like this man said, there's no other podcast that's doing this. So much so, I think we should do this every year.
Oh, you already know.
End of the
You
year,
already know.
end of the year, December, those last few weeks before the year's over, we do a draft, we do NXT. We'll always, I think I'll stick with SmackDown. He can stick with Raw. And we go from there, and then we'll start doing something different because I think we can set apart doing stuff like this that give y'all new content, but also show y'all we actually have a mind for this, and not a lot of podcasts out there that who say they want to watch wrestling and be involved in it will give as much effort as we're doing. So shout out to y'all for watching, and shout out to y'all for keeping track along. And we're gonna post our full scorecard as well once the episode's over. But as we continue now to wrap up, do you have anything going on, sir, before we close up?
Well, before I close out, just want to piggyback and reiterate what you were saying. Yeah, there's a lot of podcasts, there's a lot of streaming platforms, or whatever the case may be, whatever they want to describe themselves as, that think that they know what the fuck they're talking about. Everybody is a writer in their own eyes. Everybody thinks that, oh, this person should be the champion because this, and this.
True.
Not everybody has the foresight to be able to create full cohesive storylines. And one thing I noticed that you did, which is something that I also did, you made storylines for every wrestler without ever any of them intertwining, making it messy.
Yes.
So you also doing that, you created storylines for people who already probably are not even active right now, or as active as they could be without your help. This is what I'm talking about. We're not talking about you take CM Punk, you take Brock Lesnar, you put him in a no. That's too typical. You have to start really looking at everything. What's best for the business. And this what was so tough for me, because as much as I love Young OG, as much as I love Miss Parker, as much as I love the Latina, how do I pick them without it being favoritism?
Right.
How do I pick them and have a good storyline? Am I picking them because I don't want SmackDown to have them? Or am I picking them because I honestly feel what I can do for them is going to be better for their trajectory going forth in their wrestling career?
Correct. Right. Because eventually it gets to a point where even trades happen. Or if you think in WWE terms, how Lola may end up randomly on SmackDown one day. Or even Trick Williams ends up on Raw because he's become outgrown. Because I easily could have thrown him into the WWE Championship picture. But why do that? Like, why rush him into that? Because there's a trajectory, like he said, to greatness. And him winning the U.S. Championship, treating it as a world title, and being all bravado, bro, it's a level to it. And I think we took the necessary steps to think this over and show there is level to this. Because this shit ain't easy.
It's not.
I did rewrites about 4 times. I won't lie to you.
Shout out to North Carolina. I love being down there. I was able to freestyle and write this shit real quick. But let Triple H do it. This nigga would have traded Lola Vice over and had her going back and forth with fucking Zelina Vega for the next couple of months just because they're both Spanish.
You know
but,
what?
Hey, listen. This is why we are who we are, and this is why they are who they are. But I digress.
Please say your social media, sir.
BLK Out The Rebel is the Instagram. I am working on my website as we speak. It's almost done. Just a couple of more tweaks. The book, What the Heart Wants, is available on Amazon and a few other places, but everybody and anybody knows what Amazon is, so definitely check that out. You will not be disappointed. I have instrumentals on the way, so if anybody is looking for beats, or if you're a wrestler and you need an entrance theme song, I'm your guy, hit me up. What the Heart Wants, the album, will be available, I think, Tuesday. I have a company that I'm trying to do some business with. We're going to see how that pans out, and if it turns out well, then you're going to expect a lot more music from me on a more consistent basis.
Nice. At Make the Call on all social media. I don't have nothing major coming up outside of what I'm doing with Bell to Bell. But I will say on that, keep a lot to my social media because, like I will tell you, I decided to go on a little bit of a shopping spree and treated the podcast treated the podcast as it should be. So by the next episode, or maybe that first episode in January, you're going to see a new banner that I purchased for the podcast. New shirts that I purchased not only for myself, but for Blackout The Rebel, also for Yano as well, using our logos. I also took care of some necessary stuff behind the scenes with Bell to Bell Podcast. You're going to see some slight tweaks coming very soon to the social media, and very, very, very soon we're going to be streaming on YouTube. In the new year, we're going to be streaming on YouTube because I think outside of the fan base we're growing on Twitch, somehow, some way, we've gained almost 8 to 9 subscribers every week for the past month. We're about to hit 55 subscribers. We need to get 100 to move this forward, to modernize and do what we need to do to continue to grow this channel. So please, as I always say, forget my social media, at the Bell to Bell Podcast on Instagram. Go to the bio. It'll link you to our Kick, our Twitch, our YouTube, our Instagram, our Facebook, our TikTok, all of it. And please reshare. It does really help. The next episode after this will be episode 4. The wrap up 2025, and the kind of a shoot the shit episode, and I can't wait to record it. But until then, this has been the wait, hold on. Ready? Are you ready? Are you?
Wait, hold on. Before that, okay. So since the next episode we're gonna have is gonna be after the holidays, we do want to wish everybody a happy holidays, whatever that may be. Yes. Whether you celebrate Kwanzaa, whether you celebrate Hanukkah, or whether you celebrate Christmas, we want to make sure that you guys all have a safe and very healthy and very successful, fun holiday.
That's correct. Drink plenty of coquito.
Facts. If you don't know what coquito is, find your local Spanish person.
If you don't know, now you will,
If you don't have anyone Spanish in your life or in your vicinity, by all means, if you are in the New York area, I encourage you to go to Dykeman. You will find somebody. I promise you.
It's like I said, Dykeman. What the?
Listen, where else? Bronx too. Bronx, yes. You can go to Bronx, but you run the risk of getting stabbed and shot a lot more than you do with
Can we wrap up now?
Listen, yeah, you do your thing.
Okay. Because this has been episode 3 of the Bell to Bell. Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. Before you leave, some of the draft picks don't know how we do things and how we close out.
The draft picks.
I'm sending this shit definitely to my draft picks. Hey, Miss Parker, I see you, baby. So, for those of you who do not know how we get down and how we close out our shows, let me break it down and make it a little bit easier for you guys to digest and comprehend. Because really all it is just 4 letters, 1 word, Bell! Sir, it was a pleasure.
That was dope.